they might be able to, you know, sweep together some nice little moves, but I think for EG after last week, losing a lane of Rax against Arkosh Gaming in game 1, I think they might, you know, try and turn up the heat in some of these, you know, group stage games, and, you know, maybe it could be a scary game. But, you know, I'm excited to see if there's some new teams arise to challenge the top 3 teams of NA.
I mean, that's one of the fun things about the DPC, right, is being able to, you know, see these teams kind of progress, see as they get better with their synergy, figure out, you know, what works, what doesn't. I know it's always more fun when we have a new patch, seeing everybody figure it out. But, you know, we are seeing, you know, more regional style Dota and a lot of these comfort heroes, especially, you know, over on High Shaggy, definitely known as an Ember and a Void Spirit spammer. So...
Well, EG did kind of get themselves a new patch, right? They bring in Nightfall from the Eastern European region, and now he's, during the draft, he had the little crown, which means he's the one clicking the buttons, but of course, you know, with, you know, Bulba, he's easily there. But I think for EG picking up someone who is also a very big voice in strategy, that also is going to be kind of a refreshing take for the team, right? So they got their own little mini patch during this roster shuffle.
Be very interesting to see how it all fits together, for sure. We've got the horn. We're going to see just, you know, the basic pickup of these runes, nothing too wild just yet. And that is something that we've been discussing is, you know, fairly early on. Are we going to see much action? Because I feel like we've been seeing more and more just really concentrating on the laning phase, not looking for kills, trying to maximize, you know, the different advantages that you can get. Is that going to be the same thing here? Because NA also, when we watched it last night, started off a little slow and then immediately just exploded.
Well, I think for Black and Yellow's sake, they need to have that little bit of explosive nature in them. You see the mid lane here, right? You know, Shaggy versus Abed. Shaggy is very much kind of mode survival, where he, as a mid laner, will be able to survive against what Batrider does, but it's how he rotates first, because he's going to be able to be quicker to the side lanes. And also in the top lane, I think Mag Willow, they picked this before, and they laned into a Terrorblade as well in their previous series from Black and Yellow. It didn't go too well for them, but the concept of Magnus and Willow is the idea that you have the Shockwave into Skewer, you can drag a hero through multiple routes and do a lot of damage. And then for EG, like, they have this 5 Wyvern, a hero that's very hot and cold. Like, do you have your spells or do you not? Same with Terrorblade. So it's actually quite a weak lane from EG. And I'm looking for Black and Yellow to try and, you know, punish this, as you see.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to make these plays right now, as RTZ is getting whacked away here by Zero, but they'll turn back, turn their attention over to the creep wave, maybe turn their attention over to Jerax too, because that is one thing that Wyvern does struggle with, is of course the mobility and the positioning.
Yeah, it's like a 38-second cooldown on your Arctic burn, right? And then you have Meta, which is basically an ultimate, as everyone knows by now. So yeah, this is very much, if EG doesn't have the spells up, I want to see Black and Yellow try and just throw out some spells, try and get really in there, and hopefully push the Terrorblade to jungle as quickly as possible, because they need that kind of timing where offlane wins into voice but rotate, and the map can feel quite small.
I feel like the problem with the mid lane, though, like you said, 1 second, Jerax in a bit of a corner here, throws out the spin to blast, tries to buy a little bit more time, but the now is in the right place, right time, so he'll get the kill. And in the mid lane, Abed gets the solo kill on High Shaggy, and that's what I wanted to ask you here, T. I feel like you can't play a lane just to survive it and hope to win.
Yeah, especially against Abed as well. I think, you know, Void Spirit right now, level 3, he's gone for 2 points Pulse into 1 point Remnant. He's playing on the fact that he's trying to hit the Remnant onto the Batrider and then just simply walk away. But when you're playing into a Batrider, multiple sticky napalms, you kind of need that Dissimulate to extend the time in which you're not getting hit by Firefly, then dodge. So yeah, I think unfortunately for High Shaggy, not having the levels ready to survive there. Jube getting clipped a couple of times.
Poked at. He's fine, he's fine. He's sitting a little bit low on resources, though. So what's is the best plan then for, you know, obviously it's 1 death, right? It's not the end of the world, but it's not super comfortable. Jerax gonna get skewed forward, and that's another kill for Dunal.
Yeah, this offlane's going pretty well for them. Mainly because they're killing the Wyvern a couple of times. But I guess if you're EG, this is the beauty of Dota, right? Right now, Jerax is like, don't worry, guys, RTZ's not dying. And if you're Black and Yellow, it's like, yeah, don't worry, guys, we're getting these kills. So both teams are probably fine with what's happening. It's just who can use that kind of camaraderie to extend it into Psyche in the lane, because Terrorblade should be getting pushed away to the jungle pretty soon.
Ooh, Jube.
Yeah, he's pretty low.
Yeah, I don't think they have anything else left here, but like you said, it does come down to, you know, whose timing is it going to benefit the most in this top lane, right? You're having a lot of pressure being placed over on RTZ, and then also you have Jerax kind of having some difficulties, and Dunal's getting the kills. It's not Zero, which I think would probably be the most opportune I believe, you know, to try to get this Magnus up and running.
I think the nice thing as well, though, is like, if let's say, you know, Willow's getting the kills, right? When Abed next rotates to mid, or let's say rotates, when he goes aggressive mid lane, Willow then TPing him with that extra little bit of something can help offset the fact that Abed is currently beating Shaggy in the 1v1. So every time someone gets a little bit more from a kill, they should be able to find more advantage on the map from it.
Well, this is pretty nice here. Oh, bottom lane, a little bit of pressure being placed over onto Rises. They're going to hunt through the tree line, need maybe one more hit or two. And with the rotation here from Jube, they're going to back off. They're going to respect it. They'll throw out a Nightmare, get a couple more value hits. Rises has to be careful, though. He doesn't get too close. Fairy Fire coming out from Crit. They'll throw out a Dragon Tail, and they will slow down Jube. But, you know, they did manage to go and secure both of the water runes, which is a little bit difficult. Obviously, it's not the end of the world. Mid lane's a little bit more forgiving with, you know, that you have multiple runes spawning. But that does give a slight advantage to Shaggy in that mid lane.
Yeah, right now, it's kind of... I'm just excited to see how Shaggy makes his first move, right? Like, when he hits that 6, is he going to continue farming mid? Or is he going to try and make an explosive play with that 6-minute rune and try and just break down the side lane? Because, like, we saw how kind of... I didn't want to say boring, but, you know, DK's that hero where you just sit in lane, right? You never really get zoned out. You got 2 points in your passive. You're so tanky. PA's never really going to kill you. This bot lane's about, is Crit out of position? If not, Nightfall, just free farms. So it's kind of like, same thing for mid. Shaggy just farms. Batrider should be able to farm. So I really need to see Shaggy break down this top lane, punish the Terrorblade Wyvern, and then from there, utilize that in power, give it to PA. Suddenly you got like a Deso BKB, Roshan, take fight. Like, that's kind of how I'm seeing this game potentially develop. But of course, you know, things can change if a rotation goes poorly or if Abed gets like another kill here.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, having watched, you know, plenty of NA Dota in the past and knowing the way that Shaggy plays, he does like to make these rotations. He does like to be fairly active. What I'd be most concerned about, though, is if they get a little bit too divide, I guess. If they go, if they get a little bit too enthusiastic, go for a dive, because that can be so easily punished by Abed, right?
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Batrider, right? Like you get the bot, sorry, and off you go. And he just pairs up with Crit here. Crit tanks off the Nightmare.
Jube's still taking a lot of damage. Yeah, they'll find a kill on him.
You know, when you have a hero that's having a really good game, right, you just bring both supports to the lane, and Terrorblade Magnus in a 1v1, Mag's never killing Terrorblade. DKPA in a 1v1, DK's never dying, right? So EG has just identified the fact that now both cores have got to the point of having levels to play their lanes. If you just bring the supports mid to a bat that's already beating Void Spirit, this is how EG will slowly build that advantage, due to the fact that, you know, again, this Batrider will be able to just unlock any of these earlier fights.
He's farming quite well right now. Currently sitting at the top of the net worth. Again, it is a Batrider. We expect these sorts of things. But it's definitely going to cause problems later on into the game when he decides he wants to be more active. As Nightfall goes for a bit of a dive here. Throws out the Dragon Tail. He's going to get a couple hits off over onto Rises. Go. Throw him over against the tree, but the teleport is coming out from the Dark Willow. She's got the Shadow Realm already playing. They're going to try to put enough damage over onto Crit. One more hit should do it, as Rises will be able to get the kill on the Hoodwink.
Yeah, that was a good rotation from the Widow there, just trying to punish a little bit of greediness. I was kind of expecting maybe the Void Spirit to come down, but again, it just feels awkward, right? A DK. Ooh. Like, if it was level 6, and then you're killing him, that feels good. But the level 5 DK diving your tower, it doesn't really warrant Shaggy coming on down. So good thing that at least the Willow came down, gets at least one kill. But as soon as Nightfall hits 6, Black and Yellow are going to need to respond to this, because this tower, it will fall for free. You don't have your own Winter Wyvern style hero that can sit down here and just push out the waves.
Is it more value, though, to have the DK move over into the mid lane and try to put pressure on the mid tower, like something that they might not necessarily suspect? Pair it up with the Batrider?
I just want to see if RTD dies. Yeah, I don't think he is.
He's fine.
Got a pig ball away. It's kind of one of those things where you want to stay in your lane for as long as possible, and then when your mid's ready as well, then you can sync up. So the first ult is pretty much 9 times out of 10, hit the tier 1 tower, gives your time for your mid to get the items, your own carries jungle to be free, because any mid power rotation is pretty close to the jungles, right? So if it goes poorly, suddenly the enemy's just invading. So taking away this bot tower first, it gives you that 2-3 minute window where everyone's thinking of like the furthest point away of your own kind of jungle. RTZ's happy right now with the fact that this tier 1's down. He can also farm the triangle for free, because now if you look at the minimap, EG's kind of got this wall in front of him where he's able to farm behind. No smokes are going to be able to cut in.
little bit of a jump here. Shaggy.
Just dies instantly.
Man, Dunao has taken like 3 of these final hits.
I mean, hopefully
Feels
he can...
secured, but...
Yeah, if he can get himself into the game with it, then no complaints.
Abed sees Rises, goes for the lasso play. We'll just drag him up over towards the cliff area. And we'll be able to get the kill on PA.
But you can see that's kind of like the standard script of Dota, right? Where Arteezy's under a little bit of pressure or he sees a tower fall, he rotates to bottom. PA, same thing, right? His tower's getting hit, so what does he need to do? Rotate to top. And you see the mirroring carry moves, but of course, Batrider's in position to always get the kill, but instead Shaggy's he's just farming a jungle a little bit, and Black and Yellow, they're not really running at their enemy, which I kind of expected them to do a little bit here. I know they're down on net worth, but connecting the Willow and the Void Spirit early on, it can be pretty devastating, or at least buy time for your Mag PA to sync up and start, utilizing the jungle a bit better. But it's early days. I can just feel it not slipping away. I know it's only 10 minutes in, but I can see like this top net worth DK, Arbed farming whatever he wants, the vision looking really well. But EG is going to be pretty happy in the game so far.
Yeah,
we haven't mentioned this yet, but
yes?
the PA is going for the Battle Fury with the Magnus. And has Empower. This is a lot of empowering happening here. I think some might say this is unconventional, but we'll see how this one works out. Normally, you want to use Empower for skipping Battle Fury for quicker items, right? Like a Deso, a BKB, throw in a Shard, and then just Basher, jump heroes, kill them quickly. But opting to delay the aggressive timing for an extra 5-6 minutes might be a shortcoming here.
But do you think they just feel like they're starting to fall a little bit too far behind, so they want to try to ensure that they have, more of that late?
Yeah, potentially. It also might be a thing where Black and Yellow coming into this game was like, okay, Mag, we need you to play more active, and you have to play with the team, right? You need to be on the other side of the map, and I'll try and farm, but that logic doesn't really check out competitively when you're picking Mag PA, right? You kind of want every move to be Mag running past PA, Empower, into then a fight. Everyone's happy, right? So
yeah, for extreme optimization and efficiency.
This feels more like the PA has gone, I don't trust you to empower me, so I'm going to do my own thing.
Oof.
We'll see how it works out, honestly. I just haven't seen the Fury and the Empower for quite some time.
Oh dear, Rises falls to Abed yet again. It just happens to be wandering through the jungle. And this is the thing that's interesting to me, is the fact I feel like Black and Yellow has this very aggressive style trap, but we're not seeing the aggression, and EG is just being allowed to really do whatever they like. Although Nightfall blinking forward, showing off that fresh blink. Go, bushwhack him to the tree, put out the sharpshooter, gets the break off. Doesn't quite have enough damage. The flame break bouncing back, couple hits. It's another kill for Abed. As Jubei now throws out the Nightmare over onto Arteezy. It's a really nice terrorize, which will push everyone away. But of course, their main objective here is this tower. Teleports are coming in though, Rises. I don't know if they can fight this. I don't think you want to.
He has 980 HP on this PA. He doesn't want to go anywhere near a Batrider or even a DK stun, because of course, the beauty of DK Hoodwink offlane is DK jumps in with that instant stun, tanky enough not to die, and then Hoodwink will always be able to connect with her ultimate. So it's a nice combination. But the reason why EG is able to play with this confidence is they take this bot tier 1, and then they place these aggressive wards. Like in the Radiant jungle, there's one Dire ward, which allows Batrider to come on in and instantly pick off the PA. But you see here mid, right? The DK stun, it's pretty easy for crit to connect on a stun hero. And then from that, it's just the chase down. Black and Yellow, their heroes are very much, if they jump you, they're going to try and kill you within the grip, within the RP. But after that, they don't really have anything else. Really nice chair, actually, from Jarex. I love the pink. It's pretty cool. But then for EG, it's a lot easier for them. Once they connect to stun, they can still run heroes down because they're innately a little bit tankier. They've got Cold Embrace on the Winter Wyvern to support anyone else, but they're not going to be dying early on. But yeah, EG they're just using their heroes nicely, playing the map well, playing on the vision of Jarex.
I mean, hold that thought, as crit does get revealed here, and they'll try to put some more damage over to Rise to get the double break off, followed up with the Splinter Blast. Nightfall getting burned down here by Bedlam, but still going to be absolutely fine. Abed gonna go for that lasso pull right into the rest of his team. Should be able to finish off Shaggy, and he is definitely dead, as now Jubei has been left behind. They're just gonna run after him. A little bit of a nightmare coming out, but in the end, Nightfall will get himself a double kill.
I gotta say, respect to Shaggy there. He sees his PA about to get hit by the by the hoodwink, by the sharpshooter, and he instantly jumps in to tank the break. Like, that could have just been a straightaway dead PA. But Black and Yellow, they're reading this game as if there wasn't a meta up, so they're trying to make a 5-man smoke, try and use the spells that they have to get a kill. They invade the jungle. But again, like Arteezy, he's farming the triangle. They have this vision bottom still existing, so they know Black and Yellow aren't just farming. They know the smoke's imminent. That's why they position themselves defensively, and they're able to, you know, turn around this Black and Yellow smoke.
Well, they do manage to find themselves Jerax, but there it is. The Shockwave will be able to ensure that they get the final hit off. So I was going to say, though, one of the things that I wanted to see, and this was not the trio I expected.
Oh, another smoke.
Yeah, they're feeling a bit desperate right now.
PA's like, please leave me alone. I have a slower Battle Fury than if I wasn't getting empowered. Like, it's so rough for me, please. Stop making me fight. And that's where Black and Yellow, okay, we'll let
They
you
did
fight.
just pick up the Blink Dagger, though, for the Magnus, so that is a big item timing. So if they could potentially get a couple pickoffs, but, you know, we just watched a gank squad of High Shaggy on the Void Spirit. We saw the Magnus and the PA. What I want to see is I want to see the Void Spirit, the Dark Bullet. They'll go for the Fiend's Grip, so this is a nice pickoff. They'll be able to finally finish off on Jerax, but Abed is here. And he's going to start moving forward, creeping after Jubei, dropping the Firefly. Nice, they'll be able to take down High Shaggy using the Sharpshooter. And they'll take down Jubei. Now, oh, he's trying to get away. He drops the Brambles. He hopes that he can buy himself enough time. Abed, though, just going to clear them slowly but surely using some of those illusions. They don't have anything to cancel out the TP, though, when he's in that Shadow Realm.
This is kind of the issue for Black and Yellow, right? Like, we see that perfectly within this engagement where Jerax is kind of wildly running on in. Oh, I'm going to go for a D ward. He gets hit by the Void Spirit spells, a grip, and then after that, they're in this position where they can't disengage. They're like, oh god, there's a Bat Rider chasing me. There's a hoodwink coming from the trees. It's very difficult for Black and Yellow until PA's happy, until Void Spirit has 2-3 items, for them to kill a hero and then happily retreat. They have to make sure that when they kill a hero, we can then have a good 10-15 second window to retreat without them really coming. But of course, EG's never going to let that happen. They're always supporting each other to punish anything.
I mean, it's pretty crazy, too. Like, if you look at their lineup, you've got a couple different ways. Like, so yeah, you've got good initiation, but the nice thing about Wyvern is a lot of the times you don't have to use that for initiation, the Winter's Curse. You can use it as, you know, just resetting the fight or, you know, deciding to go back in. You've got a lot of options.
Oh, yeah,
which is
100%.
Really, really nice in this particular style draft because, you know, they have a lot of ways to set up ganks, initiations, what have you, with what they have, like the Blink Dagger coming in or, you know, crit following up with Bushwhack. We'll get the taunt off, though. They'll drag back and try to just blow Jerax up, but there it is. There's the Winter's Curse. It'll buy them enough time, though it looks like Jerax will take a lot of Bedlam damage to the face, so he will fall. Abed, though, giving chase, has his eyes on zero. Nightfall jumps forward, again, has that Dragon Tail, a couple more hits, and Abed is wicked sick.
I kind of want Black and Yellow to stop killing Jerax, because every time they kill him, EG's like, yeah, boys, if we put Jerax in this position, they're going to kill it, and then we'll get the return kills. And it's happened like 3 times in a row now, so if Black and Yellow see the Wyvern, don't jump him. There's going to be at least 2 to 3 heroes behind ready to kill off a core and punish you for killing off the position 5. But no, yeah, we've kind of mentioned this already. For Black and Yellow, their kill threat is the idea of like, actually, the best way for them to get killed now is you have to skewer them away from the rest of the heroes, then utilize that Bedlam from the Willow, try and get numbers advantage, and then go for the kill. But like you just mentioned, it's the Winter Wyvern. If he's getting jumped first, they're using 2 or 3 of their big kill spells to kill him. And if they're not killing him, there's a curse.
Yeah, they go for the Fiend's Grip, but look at this. The follow-up immediately. A good Terrorize, though. We'll push them away. Go for the Sharpshooter. Shaggy will be able to finish off Abed. That's a 7 times wicked kill streak done. But now they'll go back in. There's the RP here from Zero. It's a lot of damage. They'll take out crit. And now they're going to chase after Nightfall. That Splinter Blast slows them down just a little bit. The Brambles not going to be able to quite connect over onto Nightfall, but they'll assimilate, and they'll be able to take out the DK.
All right, that was nice. That was nice. Like, they get the grip onto the Bat Rider, but they do it at a point where EG's not ready. Like, this is a rare moment where EG, in every other time that a hero was caught, they were always in position to quickly turn that around, right? But this time, Bat Rider's by himself. They're a little bit more kind of relaxed, I guess, in this engagement. And they were able to hit a good RP, and yeah.
I think it's exactly what they really needed there,
yeah,
you know? We watched the net worth shift over a little bit, but again, this entire time, Artur has been allowed to just hit creeps and do whatever. Look at his items.
But also, PA just climbed up the net worth, right? This was a PA that was, I think, sitting 3rd or 4th, but it's now...
Well, he has the Battle Fury now, too.
Oh, I'd hope so. It's Battle Fury and Empowered. It should double his net worth if you have both of these.
That's the hope, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of invasion coming out from EG as they're going to take over the tri-camp area. And they're making a lot of moves here towards this top lane.
Yeah, the back and forth of this game, you know, black and yellow, no RP, no grip, EG run at them. If EG have no Winter's Curse, maybe no BKB on Batrider, you know, they're going to return the favor and give them a cheeky, you know, 1-2. But this is now EG's turn to be aggressive. Oh, they've adjusted who's getting baited now. It's now Nightfall who will be trying to get black and yellow to jump him.
I feel like you don't jump on Nightfall, though, out of all the heroes. Like, come on, Jerax, you know, throw your body at them. Yeah, we'll have the backup, don't worry.
Yeah, Jerax right now is in quick play. Like, boys, I don't want to bait anymore. I'm going to buy a blink. I'm going to sit a bajillion units away. I'll join the fight once you've started scuffling. I can't be the one tanking these spells anymore.
I mean, that's the dream as a Wyvern. Once you get that blink, life gets so much easier. Firefly gets started here on Abed. They'll find Jubei. They'll go for the drag back, and they're going to try to just blow up the Bane, but there's a lot of damage coming out. There it is, the Terrorize again. The Taunt Fear going right out. They'll get the kill on Abed, and they'll find a kill on Arteezy. Nice Winter's Curse, though, coming into play. Should be able to finish off. And they'll take down Shaggy. They're still waiting to get the final hit off over on Rises. They'll find it. Curse Crown, though, proccing the drag back again. As they're going to try to buy a bit more time here for Nightfall. They use that heal from the Winter Wyvern, taking a little bit of a sleep in that Nightmare. Nightfall was trying to get away, but he follows up with a beautiful stun just in the nick of time. Zero not going to be able to get this kill as Jerax is left behind. Crit seeing what he can do here. Is he going to be able to save this Jerax? Is he going to be able to get the denial? He's just going to buy a bit time, but there it is again. Shockwave from Zero. We'll clean up. Nightfall popping the BKB. They'll follow up, though, with a beautiful RP from Zero. They'll get the kill on one, and they're looking for more. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to quiet grab Nightfall, and with that pickup of the Haste Rune and the Piggy Pull, he's out.
Ooh, okay. What a... EG just... You have to be careful with how you word this, you know? Because they're doing a lot on the map. That's the nice way of putting it. You know, they're showing Nightfall farming top. Jerax runs for the creep wave top. Cool. That's two heroes. Meanwhile, you've got Bat plowing his face down mid-tier 2, TB supporting him emotionally behind him, and that allows black and yellow a window to jump the two big cores where Winter Wyvern's not there, DK's not there. We get to see a replay. Like, look at the minimap right now. 3 of EG are running to this engagement. Guys, we're not ready. And then this allows black and yellow that small window of opportunity to quickly kill off the Batrider, get the Terrorblade as well. But, you know, Jerax, at least with this, if this curse didn't come in here and they still try and take the fight, this would have been devastating for the EG. But the fact that they still try and give it a go, they are able to at least go even on kills, it kind of saves the day because that was some potential throw material. But again, EG's EG, they're going to identify when they're strong, back into another fight.
The BKB from Rises, he wants to ensure that he can get his hands on the PA, which does.
I think this is the different characteristic in like teams where like EG, the reason obviously why they're able to beat these NA teams with quite confidence is they're constantly taking these fights. They're kind of giving this false confidence to black and yellow. It's like, wait, can we actually win? And then bam, they're back at it again with another kill and another kill, and then they're going Roshan. Like black and yellow, they have to contest this Roshan. PA potentially might even be looking for a buyback here.
How do they contest this though? They don't have the RP up. It's difficult, right? Shaggy though gonna immediately step forward. The taunt, BKB though coming out from Nightfall. They get the Terrorize, they've got the Bedlam, they're doing a lot of damage. They'll be able to take crit down. And now Jubei with that Fiend's Grip. Gonna get Nightmare and he's gonna fall next. Shaggy looking for this opening, do not will fall. Nightfall sitting so very low. Winter's Curse coming out from Jerax. Does manage to hold him in place a little bit longer. Maybe allow his team to kind of back off as Arteezy will go for the Sunder play. They still know Zero's over in this pit. They've got a lot. They'll RP just solo, but it's a pretty good RP when you consider that you can take out Abed and you can ensure that you're going to get Roshan now on the side of black and yellow.
They're actually doing a really good job here. You know, like we mentioned it at the start of this engagement, right? It's like, what do they have to contest this? They don't have to get the kills. They just need to try and delay it long enough that PA can then come in at the tail end of the fight and get some cleanup. And then PA realistically wasn't even needed, right? They had the really nice RP, the Willow getting off this damage, and again, yeah, EG struggling a little bit here. If they don't hit the clean timing of, DK stun into Hoodwink into then Bat on top, it is kind of difficult for them to get these kills, especially when this Void Spirit, rushing this Lincoln as well. He wants to get into the middle of the fight. He either needs to get it popped by DK stun, Winter's Curse, or a Sunder or a Lasso. Like, these are all big spells. There aren't any like kind of cheap ways for them to break this Linken's right now. So yeah, Shaggy right now with his itemization is kind of putting a thorn in EG's side because he's very disruptive. And yeah, black and yellow get the first Aegis.
We have the Aegis on the PA, also completed up a Manta. As they see to now here, they're going to try to make a play. This will be the follow-up though from Shaggy, the BKB coming out from Abed. Just wants to go, they'll drag back, and look at the kill on now. As the rest of EG starts just moving their way through the jungle and taking up all the farm.
Yeah, they can't really back down right now. They still need to play with this confidence, and because if they give up too much of the map, suddenly the Battle Fury, the Empower, everyone's going to be able to get this net worth out of nowhere for black and yellow. So EG, they are trying to make the map feel a little bit small, and it's kind of working out. But I think if you're EG, you should be a little bit scared now. A game which was looking pretty fluid with the Abed Backrider running around doing whatever he wanted, DK getting everything he needed in the game. Suddenly it's a little bit more difficult. They have to be pretty calculated with the next move. Potentially waiting out Aegis could be an option, or at least killing off one of the black and yellow cores if they're out by themselves. And the speed in which EG's been playing, like before we praised their vision, but now because it's been quite a rough 5 or 10 minutes, they're not really playing, I think, with any wards on the map right now. Yeah, I don't think they actually have any vision on EG placed, so it's pretty difficult for them to make that nice move that we said they needed to make.
A little bit of a scary moment there for Abed as he ran into 2 of the cores on the side of black and yellow, but they'll allow him to live for now.
Oh, Mag's got a Linken's as well. They got double
Smart.
Linken's. Yeah, this is really nice.
Shaggy in the mid lane, they'll go, they'll pop the Linken's, but he's just a little bit too fast with those fingers, so not going to be able to follow up with the Dragon Tail.
Yeah, you see the DK instantly, DK shifting his items, right? Going for the halberd. Needs to get that Linken's break.
Needs something, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like, this will be probably the next timing, unless they just want to run into the Aegis right now.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, they're just being very, very patient right now over on the side of EG. Black and yellow showing in this middle lane, showing the PA. Of course, she does have the Aegis, so they don't want to jump on her. They want to get anybody else, if possible. But, I mean, if she walks into their hands, I'm sure they're not going to be too disappointed.
That's a lot of cleave.
So how do EG approach this now? Because it is, they do have the Aegis. Is it just simply, a matter of like cutting waves and just continuing to farm up for now?
Yeah, you can kind of see it from the vision that they've now placed again. It's this double Radiant ward setup, which is the idea that they're going to skip the mid wave, skip the bot wave, play inside a fortified area. Hopefully DK can get a halberd in time, because right now they do not take any engagements, like simply due to the fact that they can't eat through the Linken's, right? Like there aren't enough targeted spells on EG's lineup to comfortably go, all right, that's the PA controlled, now the Magnus isn't RPing, oh wait, what? There's so many different things jumping them now. So EG, they kind of want to buy their time, wait for this Aegis to expire, then make that one decisive move using Meta, hopefully in a good spot. But black and yellow, they're seeing this and instantly running at them.
Ooh, yeah, they are. High Shaggy jumping over onto RTZ. The blink forward from Rises. They'll get the Thunder play off. Artura should be able to walk away. The question is, do they chase? Do they want to chase into this? Because it is pretty scary when you do have something like the Winter's Curse. See, they back off just a little bit. You can see the meta being used here by RTZ with that Scotty. Trying to kite here with Rises. Terrorize spell does connect. Rises jumps back in. It's a good cold embrace though coming out from Jax. Will keep him alive a bit longer as they also have the Curse Crown on the back line. So they'll clean up on Abed. As Rises again takes a lot of the Scotty damage to the face, but he's still chasing after RTZ, who's going to get drawn into this remnant. And there it is. He pops that Manta. Can they get enough damage off in time? Another good cold embrace coming up from this Wyvern. They're just hiding around over on the back lines, trying to make sure that they can't get the jump, but eventually they do take down RTZ. And now Jarex is forced to blink away.
Oh, are they going to get crit?
Oh, they're trying, and it's looking pretty good. Yeah, they'll use the RP. Why not?
Yeah, stop him from skipping anyways. And yeah, that was really good for black and yellow, just because at the start of that fight, that was a 40 seconds left on the Aegis, and you kind of saw from EG that they're trying to poke them long enough that maybe if they disconnected, they get the kill. But realistically, this is a fight taken a little bit too early if EG, right? Like, when you have that Roshan timer, you got to try and buy it out, because the only reason PA was able to kill TB was the fact that she had the confidence on 300 HP to keep poking, keep running in. No Aegis there. That's probably a one fight for EG. So yeah, kind of misreading the Aegis timing a little bit. And of course, Bane getting a really good grip on Batrider when he was somewhat underneath the tier 2. Again, giving Black and Yellow another big advantage.
Again, but look at that damage. He's going to try to drag back here over onto the A. They know they no longer have that Aegis.
Oh.
The stun off, just a little bit more damage is necessary. They'll take down Rises. Immediately dissimulating away. Jubei says, wait, guys, wait for me. He's going to try to help him out a little bit by throwing out that Remnant, but it's not going to save him as they have the Dragon Tail. They've got the damage. That should be a dead Bane. And EG continues to sweep through the jungles. They love to get their hands over on Shaggy. It's going to be a pretty difficult target, though, to close the gap on, as he'll throw out the Remnant, and he'll just continue on his way.
Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and PA dove to tier 2. No Aegis, and no BKB, instantly getting lassoed and killed off. So yeah, this is EG's like, all right, boys, we're back in the game. RTs are trying to get that MKB as well to deal with the PA.
Nice way to pop that Lincoln's. But he's already out.
Yeah, this will be one of those moments in the game where if EG is to win this, Black and Yellow will be kicking themselves a little bit just because of this one play in the bot lane. The fact that your P gets picked off, where TB can't do anything in the game without meta, it's like that's your window to completely rinse the entire map of farm, right? But instead, you're hitting this tier 2, you're not farming the entire map, you're giving them room, and every single death in this type of moment gives EG that 1 minute, 1.5 minute breathing room, because now Black and Yellow, they have to group back up together, they need to organize a smoke, get back out on the map, and you see EG, they punish that, right? They're instantly flooding into the bottom part of the map. This is literally their second home now. This jungle, they've been in it so many times now, and meta should be available once again. But EG, they have to be so careful with how they fight. They've kind of already demonstrated that if they misuse a couple of their key spells, Black and Yellow are able to kite out and run them over.
Does look scary, especially when you consider the fact that the PA now picking up the completed Scotty. We're going to be seeing even more damage and kiting coming out. Hi, Shaggy, though, finding an opening on Jerax as crit falls to Rises over the back lines. Looks like that blink should be enough to save Jerax. They're looking, though, a little bit off the mark. Very close.
That was very, very close. And, you know, Roshan may respawn in 2 seconds. Let's find out. Ooh, a later spawn. 1:22 until Roshan does respawn, so if that was like one of those instant 10-second spawns, you might see Black and Yellow going for it. They might even be checking it now. But yeah, this is going to be the game-deciding moment right now. How does EG contest and how does Black and Yellow try and fight for this Roshan control? Because they will be able to do it very quickly.
Zero making his way forward. Does have that Shadow Blade now, so he can try to take them by surprise. There are a decent amount of little sprinkled sentries, though, here and there. But this will be a big reveal. Nightfall blinks forward, expecting someone to be there. Was someone there a second ago. It's not there anymore, and they go for a big smoke play. EG wants to make sure that they can secure themselves this Aegis.
They have the vision as well. They got one cheeky little Dire Ward in that Radiant Triangle, so they are smoking into some sort of information.
Well, they'll get the jump on Jubei immediately, and they're going to try to just rip him off the map. Should be able to do it. Nightfall gets the kill on Jubei. They'll turn their attention now over to Dunal. They've got the Curse Crown over to Abed, but he's just already melted to Nightfall. And that's 2 supports on the side of Black and Yellow. Oh, they're going for more. They want Rises. And he manages to wait long enough to drop that Dragon Tail. But he will blink away. And Shaggy rejoining. Look for the opening. Gets the silence off over onto Abed. Abed, he has a BKB. So won't be able to follow up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So EG feeling very confident now. Bane will be up fairly soon, as will the Dark Willow, but they're going to make their movements over into the pit.
Yeah, it's going to be 40 seconds into the next DK ultimate, and that's when I think they'll be looking to go Roshan. I don't think they want to instantly try and force this. You know, just getting the kills alone is really good for them. And we are now seeing EG as well. Like, they got the Halberd on DK. Jerax is now trying to use Splinter Blast to break Lincoln's, and, you know, Nightfall has the BKB here. He won't really care too much. He didn't have DK anyway, but the fact that he has no BKB, maybe this could be a Roshan for Black and Yellow. But there's no way EG gives this away. They're instantly back in.
No, of course not. We have a Winter Wyvern. Like, Winter Wyvern alone should be able, you know, if you get the positioning quite right. Oh, Jubei, wrong place, wrong time, my friend here, as he's going to get taken down. Derek's still in crit, all dying to Rises, though. Look at this damage. They got the last hold into play. Spain's going to buy back. Nightfall will fall to now. He's got those long-range Scotties. They want the final hit over onto Rises. Is it going to be enough? Yes, the damage is there. Abed gets the kill. As Rises will buy back. Hi, Shaggy trying to put out this damage here. Not going to be able to quite find it. They do have the vision over on top of the eye spot. As Arteezy's taking a decent amount, they'll go use the Winter's Curse just to hold him in place a little bit longer. Try to buy a bit more time here because Jarek's sitting very, very low. Zero joining back in. The rest of Black and Yellow, they're back up. A lot of buybacks, though, going on in that last fight as this Roche is still available for the taking. They've already used the curse.
Nice little DD to help get this Roshan on the way, but whew. Is Shaggy no, okay, blink out. Like in this fight, we kind of saw two kind of struggles for both teams here, where PA v Terrorblade in the 1v1 vacuum of a fight, Terrorblade does win now, because of course you've got the MKB to eat through the evasion, and of course Thunder as well. So PA struggles now in that fight, and she had the buyback to be able to get into this. We're going to see the replay here. So it starts off with Jubei dying, and then PA jumping in. I think you might see it here. Look at this, bam! Instantly blows up both Jarex and Crit. But this is the difficult moment. Back right into PA, no Lincolns available. Terrorblade just instantly chunking him down. PA can't really take these fights. Of course, buy back into getting Aegis is going to help out, but Black and Yellow need to be a little bit careful that when they jump Arteezy, it's going to be a jump with multiple sources of damage because, yeah, PA can't do it alone now. But the fact they were able to blow up both supports at the start offsets the fight a little bit, gives them an ability to instantly get back into the Aegis.
There's just so much damage coming out from the PA right at the start.
But yeah, it's like, even though Black and Yellow get this Aegis, they need to kind of tighten up how they're playing with the advantage, because if they throw this Aegis away, I can see this game getting extremely difficult due to the fact that Terrorblade slowly won't be getting kited anymore, right? He'll be able to actually get the kill in the moment, right? If there's a Daedalus suddenly in play, that PA is instantly dead, right? It's not how many times does she blink away until she dies. It's going to be, if you blink in, you're going to die. So right now, Black and Yellow, they need to utilize this Aegis a little bit better than they did with that previous one, just to make sure that they can actually get themselves into a lead.
Now, do you like the idea that we have, Zero has a gem and is going to be able to remove some of this vision? Do we like this pickup here?
I absolutely love a gem. When you're in a point where you're trying to win the game, take away all possible vision. Don't allow the enemy supports to play underneath the idea of, oh, there you are, there you're not. Just remove it from the game. So yeah, I'm a big fan of gem. As early as you can get it comfortably, teams should be looking at it.
I'm going to see some TPs coming back as they put a little bit of damage on the Radiant base here, but not enough comparatively. Ooh, look how low Arteezy is.
That is just the damage of Void Spirit, level 25, of course. Dissimulate stun as well. Like Shaggy can be extremely disruptive in this game. Like Winter Wyvern, even Terrorblade, Hoodwink, if they get jumped by this hero, they're going to be put to either dead or a third HP. Specifically Terrorblade, third HP. The other two will die. But yeah, he can really unlock a fight for his team.
And we do get the Bloodthorn now picked up by the Dragon Knight. So a little bit more damage coming out of the side of EG, a bit more control, which is always nice.
Yeah, and the True Strike as well. That's the key component here. With the PA not getting a BKB or any really... I guess, you know, you got the Manta, but if it's a DK stun into Bloodthorn, that window of time where Terrorblade chunks through, that's going to allow the kill to come in. And I think that's maybe why Terrorblade hasn't gone for, let's say, a Daedalus here. Get a Satanic of yourself, use the Bloodthorn of your DK to amplify your damage. Suddenly you're going to be going to absolute town on this PA if she's ever out of position.
Get little smoke play here coming out from Nightfall, hoping perhaps he can get the jump, but they're already prepared, right? They have the Lincolns on Rises. So something's going to need to pop. And there it is. There's their opening. If they can get there fast enough, a good bushwhack, but again, another Lincoln's tie it right on top of Rises to protect.
That is a scary PA. Like, a PA without Lincolns, pretty scary. But PA with like double Lincolns behind, that is
scary.
It's like, guys, we're going to pop this. Look, as soon as it goes down, bam, instantly back again.
Both of these cores over on the side, Black and Yellow and EG, they did just pick up the Satanic. So it's a matter of who can hit each other for the longest without getting disabled. You see Jarex continuing, just throwing out those Splinter Blasts. Rise is trying to get over here to this this last Rax here in the top lane, but Solutions are just going to get chipped away here by Arteezy. And they'll back off for now.
A nice little bit of discipline from Black and Yellow there, because with an Aegis, you might want to try and take the fight, but I think they're respecting the idea that if PA loses one life and they use Lincolns on that life, then suddenly Batrider with Lasso dragging them behind tier 4s, you know, Black and Yellow aren't going to win a fight diving behind these towers, trying to take an engagement. So yeah, very much respecting the fact that repositioning exists within EG's draft, and you know, they back it off, try and get the fight back into an open area, maybe get under some vision, because you know, fighting in base, very, very difficult.
You feel very bad for EG right now because of the fact they have just no vision, right? They've got that one ward sitting in the base. Otherwise, everything else has been dewarded. They have a gem online for Black and Yellow. It's hard to make these moves when you have no vision.
Yeah, the saving grace for EG is the fact they have Terrorblade, right? Like, you have this illusion in top wave, you've got illusions in mid. Like, their vision isn't from wards anymore, it's from where the creep waves are positioned. Because if creep waves aren't being pushed out, you can assume that they're aggressively positioned, right? And that's why EG, they are moving to the bot side of the map, playing in this creep wave, because again, top's getting pushed in, mid, it's only a couple creeps, they're not showing, and they are just going, if we set ourselves up at the objective, we probably could take the fight. It's just, if we're not set up, that's where Black and Yellow will have the advantage. So yeah, EG trying to just play on the fact that they have Terrorblade is kind of the savior to their vision right now.
I like too that they're also playing fire with fire. They have another gem. Actually, they picked one up, and Batrider's currently carrying it, so they'll be able to rip down vision. So it's just a very dark map. And knowing EG too, the way that their minds work, they know where Black and Yellow is going to be sitting, right? You know that they're going to be taking up residency in the jungle. So if they move together like this,
and this is why Terrorblade is so strong. Like, look, like Black and Yellow positioned so defensively, and they have no waves coming to them anymore. And that's why they are now smoked up, running down into EG. EG needs to be prepared for this engagement.
Nightfall. Okay, Lincoln's gets popped. There it is. That they'll follow up. The BKB doesn't mean anything when you've got a Batrider Lasso, Shaggy. Oh, but the play coming out from Zero with the RP, skewering them both back into the face. BKB's having to get popped now over onto Ob, but they want this kill over to Zero. They'll get the kill over on Crit, though, as Jarex ticks down. Just too much damage. Nightfall, look at this damage. The Terrorize coming out as well. They're now buying back. They need to get rid of Arteezy. They need to get him out of the space. They've got the Chris Credit. Goes for the Thunder Place, doing a lot of damage to Rises, but he's just not going to be able to do enough, and he falls to the PA.
Oh, that's a cheeky little tip as well from, you know, carry to carry. Congratulations, brother, I just killed you. Start of this fight from EG all came from the fact that they were trying to get the quick stun onto the Void Spirit, but I believe he broke the Lincolns with his stun, actually, and then just halberded after, which prolonged the fight, forcing out suddenly the Lasso to save that kind of misplay a little bit. But yeah, we get to see it here. So I think at the very start, see here, he got the disarm off, not the stun, and then Abed had to recover that play, and because of that, you now don't have the perfect layering of stun into Lasso. It's now only Lasso. You know, the fight breaks out, and EG is in that position where Black and Yellow, they decided not to take this style of fight because, of course, the team fighting in their own base with these type of drafts will reign supreme, and this PA just bouncing around, making sure it's never too close to Terrorblade, but just close enough that when needed can jump on top and get the kill.
God, what an RP from Zero, though, honestly. The way that he just cracked open that fight, split them apart, so it'll enable them to be able to take such a beautiful positioning where this PA just zips around. Very cool stuff.
This is really, really good from Black and Yellow. Honestly, I thought this would be a little bit... Again, I think most people, when they see, you know, EG, if it's not some Quincy crew or some Undying, it's always going to be, oh, you know, EG's going to win. But this first game, EG is showing some signs of either not weakness, but like, I don't know how to phrase it right now. I don't want to give it the wrong word, so I'll get back to you on how I'm phrasing. But Black and Yellow...
You don't want all the EG fans to come after you, T.
Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to be shaky in a game. That's, of course, you know, it's Dota. You're not going to be performing, you know, as if you're winning TI every game. But this is very much a game where EG had moments of weakness, and then Black and Yellow instantly capitalized on it, right? They were able to kind of eat their way through it, which is refreshing to see.
EG's just making a bit of mistakes here and there, but, you know, I can't comment on them.
Arkosh took a Rax against them as well. So, you know, it's not all out for EG.
No, definitely not. They have a Terrorblade.
Yeah, but again,
Terrorblade, they have a way to reset. I mean, that's the nice thing about these big team fight ultimates, though, right? You've got the Winter's Curse, which can easily turn around a fight, but then you also have the RP coming out from Zero. So just a lot of positioning, very, very necessary. And also making sure they know exactly where Zero is when they go into these fights.
I'm sorry, we got a
We got
rapier.
Arteezy Rapier.
Here we go.
Let's go.
This could be the moment.
Oh, that was very close.
The
All right,
line has been
EG.
drawn. The smoke has been set.
They're hoping they're not going to see this coming as they'll drop a ward, creeping their way over. Still smoked up.
They have-
Nightfall leading the charge.
No vision either.
Nightfall creeping closer. They'll see Dunao. Dunao will be the one to break the smoke. So they'll jump over onto the Dark Willow, get a nice quick pick off, and the rest of the team, okay, there it is, a jump forward here from Ahmed. He does have that BKB, he's got the last, got enough damage to take down G, but they don't have to worry about it now. As the jump over onto the back line rises, he's got a double damage. He does a lot of, but they just hold him in place, using a beautiful Winter's Curse from Jerax, just to waste a little bit more time. And they'll jump back in again, they get the kill on Nightfall. There's just so much damage coming out. G-May will buy back, so will Nightfall, but there's so much coming out. Crit trying to buy just a bit more time. Rises, he's gonna try to man fight Arteezy here, but Rises, he gets the kill on Arteezy. And Ahmed next to fall. Crit, he's trying to run. It's an ultra kill. EG calls the GG against Black and Yellow, and I don't think anybody saw this one coming, T.
No, I don't think they did.
They look so happy. Look at them.
I mean, you're an NA team that, you know, able to take down EG, gonna put them in that's confidence, right? And I think in that final fight, it had the makings of, oh wait, EG's gonna do it. They're gonna turn this around.